My girlfriend posted, "Know your worth, queens. Don't settle for less," after rejecting my proposal. I liked the post and added, "Kings too." 6 months later, she saw my engagement announcement. Her panicked call that night revealed, I 29 male. Still can't believe I'm writing this, but here we are. Need to get this off my chest because the last 24 hours have been illuminating. So about 7 months ago, I proposed to my girlfriend, Natalie, 28. We'd been together for 4 years, living together for 2. I thought we were solid. We talked about marriage, kids, the whole future package. She seemed excited whenever the topic came up. I planned this whole romantic evening. Nothing crazy expensive. I'm an accountant, not a tech bro, but meaningful. Took her to the botanical gardens where we had our first date, waited until sunset by the fountain, got down on one knee with a ring I'd saved 6 months for. Classic solitaire, exactly what she'd pointed out she loved. She said no. Not "I need time to think" or "let's talk about this." Just no. Said she wasn't ready. Felt like we were moving too fast after 4 years. Needed to find herself and explore what's out there. I'm standing there with a ring like an idiot while families are watching. The drive home was silent. She moved out 3 days later to stay with her friend Melissa. We were done. Just like that. Here's where it gets interesting. That same night, she posts on social media, "Know your worth, queens. Never settle for less than you deserve. Chaff level up, boss babe, know your value." The comments were exactly what you'd expect. "Yes, queen. You deserve the world. Never settle." Her friends hyping her up like she just escaped from prison instead of rejecting someone who loved her. I sat there at 2 a.m. scrolling through this. 4 years. I supported her through her career change, helped her pay off her student loans, was there when her dad got sick. But apparently, I was something to settle for. So I liked the post. Then commented, "Kings too." The silence after that was deafening. She deleted my comment within an hour, but not before mutual friends saw it. Whatever. I went into autopilot mode. Work, gym, sleep, repeat. Deleted social media apps from my phone, focused on myself. Started therapy because why not? Best decision ever, BW. Helped me realize I'd been making myself smaller to make her feel bigger. About 2 months later, my coworker Jenna, 26F, asked if I wanted to grab coffee after a brutal audit we'd survived together. Just as friends, she knew about the breakup. We started hanging out. She was different, direct, knew what she wanted, appreciated things I did instead of always wanting more. Coffee turned into dinners. Dinners turned into dating. I kept it quiet because I wasn't trying to rebound, but honestly, it felt like breathing again after holding my breath for years. Fast forward to last week. Jenna and I got engaged. She proposed to me. Actually, said she knew what she wanted and didn't see the point in waiting. I said yes immediately. We posted a simple announcement, just a photo of us hiking with adventure partner for life. Yes. My phone started blowing up with congratulations. Old friends, family, coworkers. It was nice. Then at 11:43 p.m. Natalie called. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity won. "Hello?" Heavy breathing. Then, "Are you serious right now, Natalie? 6 months, Mason? 6 months and you're engaged?" I stayed calm. "Yes, congratulations are usually customary." "To your coworker? The mousy one from accounting?" "Jenna's not mousy, she's just not loud about her wins. Her name is Jenna, we're very happy." "This is insane, we were together for 4 years. How could you just move on? The same way you did when you rejected my proposal and called it settling." Silence. Then she dropped the bomb. "I didn't think you'd actually move on. I thought you'd wait." Wait for what? And this is where she revealed what the last 6 months had really been about. Update 1. Holy hell, the response to my post. Thanks for all the support. Now for the rest of that phone call, because it gets worse. After I asked, "Wait for what?" There was this long pause. Then she started crying. Not sad crying, frustrated crying. I needed to see what else was out there, okay? Melissa kept telling me about all these guys she was meeting, investment bankers, lawyers, entrepreneurs. She said I was too young to settle down with the first serious boyfriend I had. I laughed, actually laughed. So I was a safety net? No, I wanted to be sure. I thought if I dated around for a year, experienced more, then we could get back together, and I'd know you were the right choice. By rejecting my proposal publicly? I didn't think you'd see the post. We have 137 mutual friends on there, Natalie. She got defensive then. You don't understand the pressure women face. Melissa showed me all these articles about women who married their first serious boyfriend and always wondered what if. I didn't want to resent you later. So instead, you humiliated me and expected me to wait while you test drove other guys? It wasn't like that. I barely dated anyone. Now that was interesting. Barely? More silence. Then, the guys Melissa introduced me to were different than I expected. Turns out Queen Natalie's leveling up journey didn't go as planned. The investment banker only wanted hookups. The lawyer ghosted her after 2 dates when she wouldn't sleep with him. The entrepreneur was actually unemployed and living with his parents, just had a good Instagram game. I realized pretty quickly that what we had was special. I was going to reach out at the 1-year mark, make it seem like I'd grown and was ready. You'd propose again, and we'd live happily ever after based on a lie? It wasn't a lie. I did grow. I learned what I wanted. Yeah, you learned you wanted your backup plan. Sorry, but this safety net found someone who chose me first. She lost it. Started screaming about how Jenna was a downgrade and a rebound. How I was rushing into things to hurt her. How our mutual friends thought it was suspicious how fast I moved on. I stayed calm. Natalie, you ended our relationship. You made it clear I wasn't enough. I respected that and moved on. I found someone who thinks I'm her first choice, not her safe option after testing the market. You're making a huge mistake. She doesn't even know you like I do. You're right. She doesn't know the me who dimmed his light to make someone else comfortable. She knows the version who shows up fully. I like him better. Then she hit me with, when you realize what you've lost and come crawling back, I won't be waiting. Good, because I won't be crawling anywhere. Goodbye, Natalie. I hung up. Thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. Update 2. It's been 3 days since the phone call. Buckle up because Natalie and her crew went from 0 to 100 real quick. First, Melissa started. She DM'd Jenna on Instagram before Jenna even knew who she was. The message was a masterpiece of manipulation. Hey girl, just wanted to reach out woman to woman. I'm friends with Mason's ex, and I thought you should know some things about your fiancé. He's clearly using you as a rebound. He was obsessed with Natalie, proposed after hounding her for months. When she said she needed time to think, he basically stalked her social media. Now he's love-bombing you to make her jealous. Don't fall for it. You seem sweet, and you deserve better than being someone's revenge relationship. Jenna showed me immediately. We laughed about it. Then she responded, thanks for the concern, though I'm curious why you're more invested in my relationship than your friend's dating life. How'd those setups work out for her? Melissa blocked her immediately. Now. But they weren't done. Next came the flying monkeys, mutual friends who suddenly needed to check in on me. Brad, who I hadn't talked to in months. Hey bro, heard about the engagement. Quick turnaround, huh? You sure you're not rushing? My college roommate Derek. Dude, Natalie's really torn up. Maybe you guys should talk? Even my cousin texted. Natalie reached out to me. She's worried about you making impulsive decisions. Maybe slow down? The audacity. I posted one thing on social media. Funny how people who didn't check on you during your healing suddenly care about your happiness. 20 minutes later, Natalie called from a different number. I'd blocked her main one. I answered because I knew this would be good. Mason, we need to talk about this maturely. We really don't. You're clearly hurt and acting out. I get it, but destroying what we had over pride. What we had a relationship where you were apparently shopping for upgrades while keeping me as a backup. We had 4 years where I thought we were building something together while you were waiting for something better. That's destroyed, Natalie. You destroyed it. I made a mistake. People make mistakes. Your mistake was thinking I'd wait around while you figured out if you could do better. My mistake was proposing to someone who was already 1 foot out the door. So you're marrying Jenna out of spite? I'm marrying Jenna because she looked at me and thought, yes, he's the one. No doubts. No, let me see what else is out there. Just yes. She switched tactics. What about everything I helped you through? When you were stressed about your CPA exams? When your mom was sick? I was there. You were. And I was there when your dad had surgery. When you switched careers. When your anxiety was bad, that's what partners do. But it doesn't mean you own my future. I know you, Mason. This isn't you. You don't move this fast. You analyze everything. Maybe that's because I spent 4 years analyzing how to make you happy instead of asking if I was happy. Silence. Then in a small voice, were you not happy? I was happy enough. But enough isn't enough anymore. So that's it? You're throwing away 4 years for someone you've known for a few months? No. I'm choosing to build something new with someone who chose me first. Not as a fallback, not as a safe option, first. When this crashes and burns. If it crashes and burns, it'll still have been more honest than what we had. I hung up again. But the real kicker came yesterday. Update 3. So remember how Natalie was painting herself as the heartbroken ex who just made a mistake? Yeah, about that. Jenna and I were having dinner yesterday when her phone buzzed. Her best friend Rachel sent her screenshots from a dating app. Guess who had a profile? Queen Natalie herself. But here's the thing. The profile was created 5 months ago. 2 months before she rejected my proposal. The bio? Entrepreneur mindset. Looking for someone ambitious who can match my energy. No time for mediocrity. There were screenshots of her conversations telling matches she was recently single and ready to level up in all areas of life. I did the math. She was on dating apps while we were ring shopping, while we were planning our future, while I was saving for her dream ring. Jenna asked if I wanted to see them. I said yes, I needed to. The messages were enlightening. Her talking about how her ex was sweet but lacked ambition, how she needed a man who could provide the lifestyle I deserve, how she was too young to settle for comfortable. One guy asked what ended her last relationship. Her response? I outgrew him. He was content with mediocrity. I need excellence. Mediocrity. 4 years, helping each other through life, building something together. Mediocrity. But the best part? The last activity on the profile was from 3 days ago. After our phone call, after her tears about making a mistake, she updated her photos and bio. Phoenix rising from the ashes. Know your worth and add tax. I sat there staring at these screenshots and just laughed. Not bitter laughter, relief, because I finally saw it clearly. Then, as if the universe wanted to drive the point home, Natalie texted from another new number. Mason, I've been doing a lot of thinking. I'm willing to forgive you for moving on so quickly if we can start fresh. I see now that you needed to feel wanted. And I accept my part in that. We can work through this. She's willing to forgive me? I screenshot that text and finally posted on social media for the first time in months. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Grateful for the lessons and even more grateful for the future. Also, pro tip, if you're gonna play games, make sure you're not leaving receipts on dating apps. Tag Jenna with, thanks for choosing me first, always. My phone exploded. Our mutual friends who'd been getting Natalie's version finally saw the truth. The messages started rolling in. Dude, I had no idea. She told us you ghosted her after the proposal. Wait, she was on dating apps while you were together? Derek called. Bro, I'm sorry. She made it sound like you went crazy after the rejection. I should have known better. Even my cousin texted, well, this is awkward. She definitely left out some details. My bad. But Natalie's response? This is where she really showed her true colors. Final update. It's been a week since everything exploded. Time for the final update because I'm done giving this energy. After my post, Natalie went nuclear. Created a whole Instagram story series about manipulation and gaslighting, how I was weaponizing vulnerability and turning people against her. The woman who was secretly on dating apps while we were together was calling me manipulative. The jokes write themselves. But here's where she messed up. She forgot that Melissa had access to her dating profiles to help optimize them. And Melissa, seeing the tide turn, decided to save herself. She leaked everything to our friend group. Turns out Natalie didn't just create the profile 2 months before rejecting me. She'd been actively dating for 5 months before the proposal. Not just browsing, going on actual dates, telling these guys she was single. There was a whole spreadsheet, I'm not kidding. She and Melissa had a spreadsheet ranking guys by income, job, looks, and husband potential. I was on there too. Ranked 4 in stability, but 11 in lifestyle potential. Number 11. Out of 15, the guy ranked 1? A venture capitalist who turned out to be a crypto bro who lost everything in some meme coin crash. She'd been talking to him for months, planning to monkey branch to him. But when his empire collapsed 2 weeks before I proposed, suddenly I looked better. She rejected my proposal not to find herself, but because she thought she could do better than number 11. When the dating apps didn't deliver the upgrade she wanted, she planned to come back to reliable 11. Melissa sent all of this to our group chat with, "I can't keep lying for her, she used me too." The group chat went silent, then exploded. People were mad, not just at the cheating, but at the manipulation. How she'd made everyone pick sides based on lies. How she'd painted me as the bad guy rushing into a rebound. Natalie tried damage control. Posted about fake friends and betrayal. How everyone was misunderstanding the situation. Then the ultimate victim card. As a woman, I'm not allowed to have standards without being crucified. Standards. That's what she called it. She started losing followers by the hour. The guys she'd been talking to while we were together started sharing their own screenshots. One included her saying she was waiting for her boyfriend to propose so she could see the ring before deciding. She was going to judge whether to say yes based on the ring. Not our relationship, the ring. Then came the final attempt. She showed up at my apartment building. Thankfully, I'd already given security her photo, always thinking ahead now. They called me. "There's a Natalie here demanding to see you. Says it's an emergency." Is she injured or in immediate danger? No, sir. Then it's not an emergency. Please ask her to leave. If she refuses, call the police. She left, but not before causing a scene that multiple residents filmed. One video made it to TikTok, entitled "X Causes Scene at Apartment Building Because Her Backup Plan Got Engaged." It went mini viral. 800K views last I checked. Yesterday, I got a final text from yet another number. "Congrats, Mason. You won. You destroyed my reputation and turned everyone against me. Hope you're happy with your downgrade. When she cheats on you, and she will, remember that you had someone who loved you enough to want to be sure. But you couldn't wait. Your ego couldn't handle it. Enjoy your mediocre life with your mediocre wife. You two deserve each other." I didn't respond. Just forwarded it to my lawyer friend who's been documenting everything in case I need a restraining order. But here's the thing. I am happy. Genuinely, boringly happy. Jenna and I cook dinner together. We laugh at dumb TV shows. She leaves me notes in my lunch. I surprise her with flowers just because it's Tuesday. We're planning a small wedding because neither of us needs to prove anything to anyone. She saw me at my lowest and chose me anyway. I saw her at her most genuine and chose her back. No games, no spreadsheets, no backup plans. Natalie's right about one thing. We do deserve each other. As for her, last I heard, she moved back to her hometown, deleted most of her social media. Melissa posted some vague quotes about learning who your real friends are and growth through adversity. The Instagram post about knowing your worth? Still up. My comment is gone, but the internet remembers everything. Someone made it into a meme template. Know your worth, Queens, followed by screenshots of her dating profile while in a relationship. It's brutal, but I didn't make it or share it. Funny thing about worth, it's not about what you think you deserve. It's about what value you bring. I learned that the hard way. So did she. Anyway, I'm done with this chapter. Wedding planning is actually fun when you're with someone who wants to marry you, not the idea of what you could be manipulated into becoming. To anyone reading this in a similar situation, when someone shows you through their actions that you're an option, not a priority, believe them. Don't wait for them to figure out your value. Find someone who knows it from day one. And yeah, kings, know your worth too. Peace out. Edit. For everyone asking, yes, Jenna knows everything. She read all these posts before I posted them. She laughed at the spreadsheet and said, "Only number 11? Babe, you're clearly a top 3 in the right person's list. She's the real MVP." Also, to the people saying I moved too fast with Jenna, maybe? But when you've spent years in a relationship where you're constantly auditioning for someone's approval, being with someone who just knows is refreshing. We're not kids. We know what we want. Why wait? Final edit. Natalie found this post. Got a long email from a lawyer about defamation and emotional distress. My lawyer friend says it's nonsense. Truth is a complete defense. And I have receipts for everything. She's demanding I take it down and pay her $15 for damages to her reputation. The same reputation she destroyed herself by cheating and lying? Sure, Jan. My lawyer sent back a simple response. All statements are factual and documented. Please cease contact with my client. Any further harassment will result in appropriate legal action. Radio silence since then. Living well really is the best revenge. That and having a fiancé who finds the whole situation as absurdly funny as I do.